My father cheated on my mom and blamed me for telling her. You're just like her. Vindictive, he said. Years later, he needed a kidney. I was a match. I told the hospital no. At his bedside, he whispered, "You're killing me." I said, "No. I'm letting you feel what you made me feel." I grew up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We weren't wealthy, but we were comfortable. My mom stayed home, and my dad worked at an insurance company downtown. I was an only child, so I spent a lot of time by myself. I guess I thought we were a normal family. That all changed when I was 15. It was a Sunday. I remember that because my mom always made pancakes on Sundays, and I was in the living room working on a history paper. My laptop was dead, so I grabbed my dad's from the kitchen counter. He never cared if I used it. When I opened it, the screen was already on his email. I didn't mean to snoop, but the subject lines caught my eye: "Miss you already and can't stop thinking about last night." I clicked. I read the messages. They were from a woman named Denise. She was married, too, but they were planning to leave their spouses. My dad said he was tired of my mom, that she was boring, and that he felt trapped in our family. I felt sick. I closed the laptop, sat there for a long time, and then walked into the kitchen where my mom was humming over the stove. I told her everything. Her face crumbled right in front of me. That night, she confronted my dad. He didn't even deny it. He just sat there, looking at me like I'd stabbed him in the back. "You're just like her," he said. Vindictive. Then he packed a bag and left. After that, everything changed. My mom and I struggled. She picked up shifts at a diner, and I got a job at the grocery store. We got by, but barely. My dad? He moved in with Denise. They eventually got married. He had another kid, a little boy named Max. He never called. Never checked in on me. It was like I didn't exist. I tried to move on. I went to community college, worked part-time, and tried not to think about him. But every once in a while, I'd see them around town. I'd see my dad with Max, laughing and playing, and I'd feel this tight knot in my chest. Fast forward to last year. I got a call from an unknown number. It was Denise. She sounded desperate. "Your father's in the hospital. He's very sick. He needs a kidney transplant. You're a match." I didn't say anything. I just listened. "Please," she begged. "He's going to die without it." I hung up. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the times I needed my dad and he wasn't there. I thought about my mom, working double shifts. I thought about how he called me vindictive, like I'd ruined his life. I didn't owe him anything. I went to the hospital anyway. I wanted to see him one last time. He was hooked up to all kinds of machines. He looked so small, so weak. For a second, I felt sorry for him. Then I remembered everything. He opened his eyes and saw me. His face lit up. "You're here," he whispered. "I am." He tried to smile. "Will you help me?" I shook my head. No, his eyes went wide. His breathing got shallow. "You're killing me." I leaned in close so he could hear me. "No," I said. "I'm letting you feel what you made me feel." Then I left. Growing up in Cedar Rapids, I thought my family was like everyone else's. My mom was a homemaker, my dad worked at an insurance firm. We weren't rich, but we were fine. That's what I used to tell myself. I was 15 the day I found out the truth. It was a regular Sunday, pancakes on the table, the smell of syrup and coffee filling the air. My laptop was dead, so I grabbed my dad's from the kitchen counter without thinking. When I opened it, his email was right there on the screen. I saw the subject lines first: "Last night was amazing. I miss you already. We need to talk about us." I clicked. Denise. That was her name. She had a husband, too. They were planning to leave their families. My dad wrote that my mom was a nag, that she'd let herself go, that he felt like he was trapped in a life he never wanted. I sat there staring at the screen for what felt like hours. My heart was pounding. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I closed the laptop and went to the kitchen, where my mom was humming while she cleaned up. I told her everything. I could barely get the words out. Her face broke right in front of me. That night, she confronted him. He didn't deny it. He looked at me, this cold, bitter look in his eyes. "You're just like her," he snapped. Vindictive. That word stuck with me for years. Vindictive. Like I'd done something wrong by telling the truth. He left that night and didn't look back. Life got harder after that. My mom picked up shifts at a diner, worked long hours, and never complained, but I could see how tired she was. I tried to help, got a job bagging groceries, and focused on school. My dad? He married Denise. They had a kid, a boy named Max. They lived in a nice house across town. I'd see them sometimes at the grocery store or a local fair, like a real family. He never looked my way. Not once. I hated him. Years passed. I went to community college, worked in a warehouse, did what I could to help my mom. Then, last year, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. It was Denise. Her voice was shaky. "Your father's sick. He's in the hospital. He needs a kidney. You're a match." I didn't say anything. "Please," she begged. "He's going to die without it." I hung up. I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking about how my dad left us, how he started a whole new life like we were just trash he threw out. And now he wanted me to save him? I went to the hospital anyway. I had to see it for myself. He was in a hospital bed, tubes and wires everywhere. He looked so small, so weak. I stood there for a long time before he opened his eyes. His face changed when he saw me. For a second, I almost saw the dad I remembered. Almost. "You came," he whispered. I nodded. He reached for my hand. "You'll do it? You'll save me?" I took a breath. "No," I said quietly. His eyes filled with tears. His breathing got shallow. "You're killing me." I leaned in so he could hear me. "No," I whispered. "I'm letting you feel what you made me feel. Alone. Forgotten. Replaceable." He closed his eyes, a tear sliding down his cheek. I turned and walked out. I didn't look back. I don't know if he lived or died. I never checked. I went home to my mom, made her a cup of tea, and sat with her on the porch while the sun set over Cedar Rapids. Sometimes I think about him. About what he did. About what I did. I don't feel guilty. He died 2 weeks later. I heard through the grapevine. Denise posted some long, sad tribute on Facebook, talking about how he was a loving father, a devoted husband, taken too soon. The comments were full of people offering prayers and condolences, but I couldn't even bring myself to care. I just sat there reading it, feeling empty. My mom saw the post, too. She didn't say anything, but later that night, she sat at the kitchen table a little longer than usual, staring into her coffee cup. She never said a bad word about him, not once, but I could see the weight lift off her shoulders in the days that followed. It was like she could breathe again. Denise called me after the funeral. I let it go to voicemail, but I listened to her message. "You're a horrible person," she spat. "You killed him. He wanted to make things right with you. You took that away from him. I hope you can live with yourself." Her voice shook like she was crying, but all I felt was relief. I deleted the message and blocked her number. A few weeks later, I got a letter in the mail from a lawyer. My dad had left everything to Max. Every single thing. The house, the car, his savings, what little was left. Not a penny for me. It stung for a moment, but it also felt like the final nail in the coffin. That was who he was, through and through. He left us once, and in the end, he did it again. A year passed. I finished my degree, got a better job, and moved into a small apartment with my mom. Life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. We were okay. One night, I found an old family photo tucked away in a drawer, me at 8 years old, standing between my mom and dad at a 4th of July parade. We all looked so happy. It didn't feel real anymore, like it was a different life. I threw it away. The real revenge wasn't just saying no to the kidney. It wasn't watching him wither away in that hospital bed. It wasn't ignoring Denise's call or the funeral or the inheritance. The real revenge was moving on. Living. Thriving without him. I stopped carrying his name. I legally changed it back to my mom's maiden name. It felt right. I don't think about him much these days. When I do, it's not anger, it's just nothing. He's just gone. And I'm still here. Living. Breathing. And that's all the revenge I ever needed.